Well, joining me now is our international affairs editor, Angela Diffley. And Angela, on this case in particular and more broadly, how will this affect France's policy on the wives and children of jihadists?
Well, it's important to remember that rulings by the European Court of Human Rights are not binding. Nevertheless, it doesn't usually look good. Governments try to line up their decisions with them. This was taken to the European Court of Human Rights, this case, by the parents of two girls who left to join their partners. And those two women are now 30 and 31 respectively. And between them, they have 3 children. And the grandparents of those 3 grandchildren say that the camp where they're being held, a Kurdish-run camp in northeast Syria, there's malnutrition, there's risk of disease, and they're worried. Now, what this ruling said was fairly technical. It did not issue a blanket ruling that France should take back its citizens in these camps. What it said was that this decision, there were not enough independent reviews of the decision taken by the authority, and that it should be re-examined. And it also said that countries do not have the right to ban their citizens from returning. It should be said that the Kurds are very keen for European countries to take back their women and children who are in these camps, and a number of countries have. France has more people there than many others and deals with these situations on a case-by-case basis.
And how do the French public, Angela, feel about the idea of such jihadists and their families returning back to France?
Well, back in July, there was a repatriation. 35 children were returned to France. Most of those were either orphan children or their mothers had relinquished care of the children and said that they would give them back on their own. And 16 mothers came over. They were put in jail awaiting trial. An opinion poll said that 59% of the French people oppose the return of children, even though these children are innocent children caught up in this. There is a feeling that they should stay with their mothers and that their mothers should pay in the local justice system where these situations took place. There is always some worry about overreach of the European Court of Human Rights. More and more frequently, the populations who pay for the European Court of Human Rights, which has nothing to do with the European Union. It includes many countries which are not in the European Union. But more and more, the populations are raising concerns that its rulings do not chime with the views of the populations funding it. So that will be something the government will take into account as well. It's politically very, very sensitive, this stuff.
Angela Diffley, thank you very much indeed for your analysis on the programme.